How's it going, everyone? It's K-Lumbit here, and today we are going to be talking about another video game. We're going to be talking about Back. This is a full-motion video game on PC. It is one of the Chinese full-motion video games that has been coming out recently. There's a ton of these. They're getting more and more popular. And after playing this, I can see why. First of all, I love full-motion video games. I think they're a lot of fun. I love it when they have the actual actors in them. I think it's just really cool to see kind of like basically an interactive movie of sorts. And I've always really enjoyed that aspect of them. I love the retro ones, and now that they're coming out with a lot of newer ones, I'm pretty excited about it. And this was a pretty fun little video game. It's not very long. You can finish this game in about an hour and a half, and it's not perfect by any means, but I still enjoyed it. If you like B-movie horror, like B-movie horror movies or stuff like that, I think you'd probably like this. It's basically an interactive B-movie. And I think it's pretty cool, some of the ideas that they had. The set design was actually really good. Some of the special effects were really good. Not all of them, but some of them. You know, you're definitely getting that B-movie material here. And I actually really enjoyed that. You know, it's cheesy, but there's some cool effects here and there. So overall, this is a really fun game. The whole full-motion video game thing, the whole thing is about a character who is supposed to go to a house, and he's supposed to take pictures of the house. He's like a real estate agent. He's supposed to go get pictures of it. And when he gets there, things aren't what they seem. They aren't what they seem for the house itself or for him either. There's a lot of weird stuff going on. And he runs into a girl that's at the house who's not supposed to be at the house because she's not supposed to be alive. So you already have some weird stuff going on with that. And he's basically stuck here with this ghost girl. And this ghost girl is telling him, like, hey, I'm not the only ghost here. There's a demon here. So you're going to have, you're going to have to deal with that. So, and that's how this whole game starts. And you are basically in a bunch of scenarios where it requires you to kind of like click on certain objects. And, you know, it will say, like, what do you want to investigate? The cabinets, the lower cabinets or whatever. And you just click on the words. And then you go investigate the cabinets. And you're supposed to gather clues. And you're supposed to use those clues to make your decisions on how you're supposed to, like, hide from the ghost or run from the ghost or whatever. And I will say the clues are not very helpful, if I'm being honest. But the clues do help you put together the story, if nothing else. I don't really feel like they help with the decision-making a whole lot, but the actual story, they do help piece that together. And the story actually ends up being kind of interesting. I actually really like the story. You know, this girl who is a ghost, she's an idol. She basically got killed in a revenge story. And she's a ghost, but she's trying to help you, and she's trying to help you defeat this demon. And I don't want to go too much into it because I don't want to spoil anything. And I really think that you should play this for yourself if you want to see the story, because the story is actually really fun. And just seeing it all unravel and putting the pieces together was actually really fun, and I really enjoyed it. And the weird trickery that goes around. And there's 3 different endings, I believe. And I watched each one of them, and one of them kind of like, it's kind of cool how it seems like the cycle just keeps going. And I thought that was really interesting. You know, I like the happy ending the best, but there's like a happy ending, a bad ending, and then there's an ending that is just, it's cool. I'm not going to say it's a good ending, but it's a cool ending, and I like that one too. So I do like that there's multiple different endings, but the only choice that really matters to get the actual endings is the very last choice in the game. The other decisions don't really matter. Whenever you like make a wrong decision, you'll get a death screen, and then it will just put you right back before you made that decision, and you can just, make a different choice. And that's basically all there is. So there's not really a whole lot of risk in this, but I don't really mind that too much. I don't think that's a huge deal. You know, I would like a little bit more, I feel like pressure in this game. You know, I'd like a little bit more consequence, but still, since the clues didn't really, I didn't feel like they really helped me a whole lot through the game. It's probably best that they did it this way because the clues weren't helping me make a decision anyway, so it would have kind of sucked to be punished just because the clues weren't helping me, so. But still, I really like this game. I think it's really fun. The set design is beautiful. I love the look of this mansion. I love just all the different stuff that they used. I think that they did a lot of good prop usage here. Some cool special effects, some just ghost stuff going on, flickering lights, stuff like that. One time there's a character who's like standing in front of a mirror, and she turns and she looks at your character the character that you're seeing. You're basically seeing another character's viewpoint. but when she turned to look at that character, her image in the mirror stands still. And I like effects like that. I think there are some really good creepy effects, and I enjoyed that stuff. There's some other stuff that I'm not a huge fan of, like the audio design could have been better. Some of the audio was just like a bit overdone. I think maybe they like when they were dubbing some audio in, it just didn't sound very good, like the net cracking and stuff like that didn't sound like the demon has like net cracking noises and stuff like that, and it just didn't sound very good, and her laugh also just didn't sound very good. So there's some decisions that I'm not a huge fan of, but overall, considering that this game is only $7, it's really not that bad. It's really pretty good. I mean, if you compare this to like renting a video or renting a movie on like Amazon Prime or something like that, it's pretty comparable. So I think that it's actually worth picking up and playing through at least once. I think it's worth checking out. You can see all of the endings and everything, just after you beat the game, you can just go back to the same scene and just repeat the ending so you can see all the different ones and stuff like that. And you'll probably want to, because it does try to do a little trick ending on you if you make one of the wrong decisions, which I'm never a huge fan of, but it's kind of a horror trope, so it is what it is. But overall, I really enjoyed this game. I thought the actors and the actresses in this actually did a fantastic job. I really liked their performances, and I thought they really did do a good job of kind of bringing this to life. And even though, yes, it's like a cheesy B movie, I think they did the best that they could do with it. So I'm pretty happy with the way that all the acting was. Thought they did great there. The actual outfit design and everything, thought all that stuff was great. I just think that overall they did a great job with the look of this, And the sound design, other than the weird overdub sound effects that they did, I like the rest of the sound design. The audio quality is really good on everything else. The actual music, I like the music in this a lot, and it makes sense that a lot of the music, would be good, because, I mean, the plot is kind of around an idol, so, you want the music to be good, too. Even if it's not her singing, you still want the music to be good if the whole point is going to be about a musician of some sort. But overall, I still really enjoyed this. I thought it was a lot of fun. Honestly, I really did. Even though the ending does try to trick you a little bit, I'm used to that with horror games at this point. I'm used to it, but I need to get better about actually, realizing it. I keep hoping, like, oh, this horror game's not going to do this to me, and then it always does. So I need to get better about that. That's more of a personal issue, I guess. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe button down below, and go check out Back. I think that this is a fun one, and I'm looking forward to checking out more FMVs. If you have any recommendations, let me know in the comments down below. There's a lot of these FMVs that are coming out, like I said, a lot of them from China. A lot of them are dating simulators. I mean, if you know a good one, sure, go ahead and throw it out here. I like the horror ones. Horror is one of my favorite genres, and I also saw a sci-fi one that I need to check out. So those are some other ones I'm going to check out. So go ahead and leave some recommendations down in the comments below, and I will talk to you in the next one. You have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.